good. Finds the cup.
He's walking it, he's looking, he's begging, and it worked.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
How do you like it? How do you like it? That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Are you not entertained?
I'm not supposed to be cheering, but this is X Series. I can do whatever I want.
It all comes down to tonight. Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Looking to the end zone for the win!
Oh my gosh, one of the great games you'll ever see. It's their time. A night to remember.
Hello people, me again. Fight Week on DAZN is non-stop action. Access all areas of the biggest fights. That and so much more, even before the bell rings.
The odds are against you.
The odds are always against me.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready.
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this. Weigh in live on DAZN.
All right, day four, the most important day of Fight Week because it's the day we make it official. All right, I'm gonna step on the scales just to make sure they work. It's weigh-in day. Welcome to our very own slice of Mexico. Welcome to Mexico World in Boulevard World. It is day four. As I said, I think the most important day of Fight Week, apart from obviously
tomorrow, because today we make it official. Today all the fighters are going to hit the scales, and fingers crossed all of them make weight. All right, as is tradition, every day this week we've heard a bit from our mariachi band. Let's continue tradition. Mariachi band, take it away.
De México con amor, les vengo a entregar el alma junto a mi mariachi. Sol. Ahora Sol, tú pele con ganas. A la media vuelta le dije a una chata, véngase conmigo que acá está la plata. A la media vuelta le dije a una chata, véngase conmigo que acá está la plata. Qué tristeza me ha de dar cuando te busqué y no te hallé, pa' que salgas a bailar este son del pasacalle. Qué tristeza me ha de dar cuando no traiga dinero, pa' que salgas a bailar este son del callejero. Ahora Sol, tú pele que ya nos vamos yendo. Ay, ay, ay. Sí, señor.
Un gran aplauso, que se escuche. Give a round of applause.
They've been really good, haven't they, all week? They've been really good. Different songs all week as well. They've been really making us feel like a little slice of Mexico. And it's going to feel like, I think, like that in the ring come Saturday, because a lot of fighters fight like strong Mexicans, including Chris Billam-Smith. Let's talk about Chris Billam-Smith. You've seen him all week. You've been around him. What's his attitude, do you feel like?
He seems relaxed, but I think the whole magnitude of the event and the occasion and the importance of the fight will really start settling in. It did for me on weigh-in day. It's like you're one more sleep away from which will be the biggest fight of his life, because this is unified titles on the line with a huge pot of gold for the winner to go on to face potentially Jairo Pitaya to be the #1 in a division. Huge moment for both.
Same question to you, but for Zurdo, obviously someone that you know very well, always smiles, always looks relaxed, but he's going to be feeling the nerves as well.
You know what? It's nerves, but it's excitement as well, because look, he's already been on the championship level, so has CBS, but he's done it on multi-division. So I think the nerves comes from him moving up in weight, being the smaller man, knowing that he's always had the size advantage. Now he's not going to have the size advantage. He's the smaller man. Yeah. So at cruiserweight, he's going to be the smaller man, having to fight the bigger man, push him back. So yeah, a little bit of nerves, a lot of excitement, and we're all excited for the fight.
We certainly are. We're excited for the card as well. That's the main event. We're going to dive into that a bit more, but let's remind you of what you can expect come Saturday night. Remember, it's free on DAZN as well. Just go to DAZN.com/boxing. We kick things off in the welterweight division. Ziad Almayuf takes on Juan Garcia. Then Oscar Duarte takes on Batir Akhmedov. A unification fight in the minimum weight division. Oscar Gallardo takes out knockout CP Freshmart. William Zepeda, a lot of people talking about William Zepeda. World title shot next if he gets past Stephen Farmer, former IBF super featherweight champion. A battle, I think this one a great fight in the super lightweight division. Jose Ramirez takes on the unbeaten Arnold Barboza Jr. And we were just talking about these two. Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez takes on Chris Billam-Smith, WBA and WBO cruiserweight titles on the line. All right, talking about our main event, Chris Mannix was lucky enough to speak to both and sit down with both. This is how this went down.
I think I'm the most intense fighter in the cruiserweight division. You seen me fight?
I think I have a better footwork. Me, I can dance.
It can only be a firefight.
I think it could be a knockout.
I believe I'm the best cruiserweight in the world.
You've been a cruiserweight for virtually your entire career. He's early in the cruiserweight division. His last fight, he picked up a world title against Arsan Goulamirian, a long-reigning title holder at cruiserweight. What did you think of that fight?
Yeah, really good performance. Goulamirian was someone we were looking at before I won my world title, and knew it was going to be would have been a tough fight. showed a bit of everything in there, what he needed to. You have got to be tough to get through Gilberto. So, yeah, very good performance.
What have you thought of what you've seen on tape of Chris?
I think he's strong. He's a guy that he can forward all the time. He's reached the distance really, management really well. And, I mean, he's been for so long in cruiserweight, and I just think it will be an amazing fight.
So he thinks this is going to be a Mexican fight, which implies a pretty physical fight. Is that the kind of fight you're expecting?
You seen me fight? We always bring excitement, even against people who haven't been as exciting to watch. I've managed to make the fights exciting. So it can only be, a firefight.
Do you think he's going to be able to fight on the inside with you? Do you think he's going to be as strong as you on fight night?
But I think that night he want to bring everything to the table, and I will be ready for that. And I just hope that he came really prepared for give to a great show for all the fans.
What do you think you do better than Gilberto?
Just the intensity I fight at. Sometimes I haven't had to show it in recent fights. I think I'm the most intense fighter in the cruiserweight division. I think that's definitely one of my strengths. I believe I'm the best cruiserweight in the world, regardless of who that is, whether it's Zurdo or Jarpatire or whoever it may be. I believe I'm the best cruiserweight in the world.
Do you believe you're the best cruiserweight in the world?
But I believe I'm the best cruiserweight, and I respect him because he said that, and I think we're gonna prove who's the best in cruiserweight in that night.
What do you think that you do better than Chris?
I think I have a better footwork. I think he will be prepared for everything, and me too. And I just think it's exciting to be here.
Do you think his footwork is better than yours?
No, personally, but...
Me, I can dance.
Oh, you might be able to dance better than me, but maybe outside the ring, that's for sure. Not much of a dancer outside the ring, but I do a lot of things really well, and some things I maybe haven't been able to show before in previous fights or haven't had to. So, but I do think I'll have to show everything against Zurdo.
The advantages you talked about having in this fight, how do you think you can use them against Gilberto?
Just be me. That's all I have to do. Every fight I need to be me, and sometimes that looks different. As I showed in my last fight, everyone thought, I couldn't do certain things, and I showed that in the last fight. And I'll have to show more again in this fight. I believe Zurdo is the best fighter I've faced so far, but I just keep bringing out more skills that I've got and more tools that I've got.
You're headlining in a Riyadh season card. How does that change the dynamic a little bit? You're both going to be on the road for this particular fight.
As a professional, it'd be my first time fighting outside the UK, but you've seen these Riyadh season cards and who's headlining them and the shows they put on. So for me to be headlining in a unification is fantastic and an honour for me.
You'll be headed over to Riyadh as well, first time for you. How does that make it different for you?
Well, it's not make different because at the end of the day, it's only one ring and just us in the ring, and the referee doesn't count. But I think it could be a knockout, yeah.
I'm going to guess both of you think the other one, one way or the other. Friendly now, but we'll see if it's a little bit different in the ring on November 16th. Guys, good luck.
Yes.
Thank you.
I enjoyed that face-off. Not every face-off is going to be Derek Chisora versus Dillian Whyte. Sometimes they are going to be very respectable, and these guys will do their talking in the ring. In terms of moments, right, in terms of a big moment, it will be for both on Saturday. Who's had the bigger moments in their careers? I'll start with you, Sergio. Who do you think's had the bigger fights, the bigger occasions?
I would say Chris Billam-Smith. When he upset Okoli, I think that's what started it off. Ramirez has had good moments, but not as big as CBS.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think the stadium fight as well that he had, it is Riakpor's beloved Crystal Palace. That was big. That was a lot of pressure. It was a rubber match, if you like. He wanted to avenge the defeat. So, yeah, I think that big occasion holds him in good stead.
All right, let's talk who can win and how they can win. I'm going to, if you don't mind, give you the Brit. I'm going to give you the Mexican. Chris Billam-Smith, keys to victory for Chris.
It's quite funny. Chris Mannix asking the question to Gilberto Ramirez, how will he fare inside Chris Billam-Smith? And for me, I think that could be his best way of winning this fight, oddly. The best shot for Ramirez, one of his best shots, is the lead right to the body. You're vulnerable to the left hook upstairs when you throw that shot. We've seen Chris very destructive. We see in the highlights previously against Okoli, dropping him twice with the left hook. And I think he's got to try and pick his moments inside with the short hooks. For me personally, try and get that size into the contest and, yeah, work behind that solid jab. Feet, obviously, key also.
Zurdo all week, when Chris Mannix is asking the question, how do you win? He says, throw a lot of punches. Obviously, it's a bit more than that. How does Zurdo win?
Footwork. It's going to be footwork because, look, he said in front of CBS that the footwork's going to be key. And then Smith says, well, he has footwork too. He doesn't have footwork, but he has good distance control. That's what Billam-Smith brings to the table. He's very smart at closing the range and closing the distance. It's not footwork, it's positioning. But the thing about Zurdo is he really uses the entire ring. As big as he is, he moves laterally pretty good for a big man. So the footwork is going to be key, and the fact that the jab from that southpaw stand, lead left hands, body punching is going to be key. All these things off of angles, not standing in front of the bigger man, and of course, keep the fight in the middle of the ring. He can do that, he's going to be successful.
We've continually heard that Chris is the bigger man, right? I mean, how does he use that size to his advantage?
Yeah, I mean, again, the feet. You got to get close to Ramirez. He won't let you get close unless you're sharp with those feet. Step, step again. Loads of feints with your hands, with your feet. And I think try and target the body as well. Try and slow that movement down.
Yeah, okay. So many good unbeaten fighters on the undercard. It's packed with unbeaten fighters. I think the best of the bunch is William Zepeda.
Hace 2 años esto parecía un sueño. Hoy, ¿qué significa ser exaltado en una noche importante donde se reconoce el talento latino?
Desde que recuerdo que inicié mi carrera como profesional, uno ha vivido de sueños y todos los días nos hemos levantado temprano, hemos estado trabajando fuerte para ir cumpliendo cada meta. Y pues es algo muy bonito, donde hemos visto que todo el esfuerzo, el sacrificio que hemos hecho, pues ha valido la pena, y a seguir conquistando todas las tierras y hasta no llegar a conquistar el mundo.
Ya vas 31-0, de los cuales 27 de esas victorias han sido por la vía del cloroformo. Se dicen fácil. ¿Cuánta presión sientes tú ahora cuando tienes esta oportunidad global en DAZN en vivo para dejar un buen sabor a la fanaticada, a todos esos que te apoyan y ganar por nocaut?
Pues es una presión, creo que como cualquier otra, pero sí me siento motivado, más que no es como presión, me siento motivado el saber de que voy abriendo camino, voy abriendo brecha para ir conquistando pues a los promotores, a las televisoras, que les guste mi boxeo y que me sigan dando esa oportunidad, que me sigan llamando. ¿Para qué? Para vean al Camarón Zepeda. Entonces me siento muy, muy motivado, estoy trabajando fuerte como siempre lo ha hecho y creo que esa siempre ha sido la clave.
En este momento, obviamente, volviendo a esa conversación que tuvimos, ya estabas comenzando a subir en las clasificaciones, ahora estás rankeado el número 1 en la AMB, el CMB, la OMB y la Federación Internacional de Boxeo. O sea que estás ya ahí pisando esa oportunidad de título. ¿Qué hace falta ahora?
Pues ya nada más que nos den el sí los peleadores, que nos den el sí, que acepten el pelear con el retador número 1. Nosotros estamos listos, ya creo que nos hemos ganado esa oportunidad a pulso, hemos demostrado que estamos aptos para poder pelear por un campeonato del mundo, entonces ya nada más es lo que hace falta, que se concrete la pelea, que acepten los campeones y pues nosotros muy contentos del que nos dé la oportunidad.
William Zepeda, very relaxed, very confident. Rosado has joined us as now. He's doing something that both of you guys did, where he kind of went from an unknown to being a household name and a superstar, which I think he's on the verge of doing. What's that like, and how well do you think he's handling that?
You know, Zepeda's very humble, man. You know, he's not barking at guys. He's just doing his job, letting his hands do the talking. You know, and Tevin Farmer, former world champion, if Zepeda makes a statement and can stop Tevin Farmer, which it's really hard to stop Tevin Farmer. He's a slick boxer, and he's not easy to hit. If Zepeda could do that against Farmer, he makes a big statement.
135 pounds is such a packed division, right? I mean, of interest, who's your number 1 and 2 in that division? Is it
Shakur
simple to say?
Stevenson. I think Shakur Stevenson is one of the hardest boxers to beat. So you have to put him there. I mean, I still love the old school guys. I mean, you still have Tank, you still have Loma. I mean, it's a loaded division.
My guy's Tank.
Yeah.
But Shakur, for sure, man. He's definitely tough.
How far is Zepeda away from either of those guys?
Well, he's number 1 mandatory. I think he's next. He's not far at all.
No, forget what the mandatories say. Like, in the ring, in terms of in the ring, forget the rankings.
Okay, forget the rankings. Yeah. A man that throws 100 punches around, he's ready for anybody. It doesn't matter. No matter how brilliant you are as a southpaw or a sniper or speed or power, you're going to have to compete with volume and toughness and a chin. And the fact that this man, his punch placement is what really is impressive. Volume is great. Throwing 100 punches around is great, but when you have power and place it right, it's great.
Let's talk about that man as well. Former IBF super featherweight champion Tevin Farmer has been there, seen it, done it. He should have fought Tank many moons ago, but that didn't happen. What chance do you give Tevin Farmer, Gabe?
You know, that's my Philly boy.
Yeah.
So I go way back with Tevin. And see, one thing, Tevin might not be as sharp as he once was, but mentally, you know, that's a weapon. He's going to come into this fight confident, and he believes in himself. That's a big weapon, especially when you have the experience. You know, like I said, he might not be the fastest guy, but he has that experience and he has that mentality where he can get Cepeda some problems.
Yeah, talking of confidence, our co-main event, both of those don't lack a lot of confidence. Jose Ramirez takes on the unbeaten Arnold Barboza Jr. Remember, it's a super lightweight division. This, I think, is a cracking fight. This one, all the face-offs I felt were quite respectful, quite humble. These guys, Sergio, looked like they had a bit of spite there.
Especially in the part of Arnold Barboza. It's not really spite, it's resentment. The fact that he felt that he belonged at this level a long time ago, and he felt that Ramirez had took that spot a long time ago. So it's just the fact that he's finally here, but it hasn't been bitter, hasn't been really trash talking. It's just been this chip on the shoulder and this anger that needs to be exploded inside the ring. This man is ready to do that, and the closer this fight gets, the more that I'm picking up Barboza to upset Ramirez. Ooh. This entire time I've been thinking experience is going to be the key. He's a former champion. Ramirez has faced the best competition. He fought for undisputed, on and on and on. The closer it gets, Barboza, the feet, the style, it's going to be a great fight, great style matchup.
Yeah, the stage nearly set for the weigh-ins to get underway. Gabe, on that one, he's gone Barboza. Are you with him on Barboza?
Yeah, I agree. I'm leaning a bit towards Barboza. And one thing he said in the fighters meeting is, he said Ramirez, he's taking it like it's just another fight. And Barboza took that personal. So he kind of got that chip. And one thing is, it's a big name. Barboza doesn't have a name on his resume. And I think this is the fight where he's going to show out and show the world what he's made of. So I kind of lean towards Barboza.
Remember, it isn't just one unification fight on the card. There's another one as well, the 105-pound division, the minimum weight. Your countryman, Oscar Collazo, takes on knockout CP Freshmark. I mean, Oscar likes it. He likes putting the pressure on himself. He likes talking. Reminds me of someone a little bit. Yeah. He's doing well, though, isn't he?
No, man, I love his style. And, you know, he's right there on the verge of becoming like Puerto Rico's next star.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a big platform, a big stage where he can showcase and become the ring champion, you know, the lineal champion of the division. So I love what Oscar's doing. I love his style. He has a great team. He's dedicated and disciplined.
Yeah, this is certainly number one versus number two. That man there, the long-standing WBA champion, let's give him his credit, 9 years. And whoever wins rightly takes home that beautiful belt, the Ring Magazine belt as well. That's just that extra trinket on top, Sergio.
Anytime you're fighting for a unification against another champion, I mean, these are two fighters that aren't accustomed to losing. You know, the undefeated fighters, guys that want to fight the best, and this is a moment to strive for. Anytime you're dealing with these smaller fighters, they need to fight twice as hard to be recognized, you know, for what they do. And this is the moment they've been waiting for. I agree with Gabriel, man. I love what I'm seeing with Collazo, his activity, his body work, the fact that he's been hurt and he's passed the test. He comes back stronger. That's what you want to see with these young champions. Both these fighters have passed the test. I love it.
All right, let's see if they pass the test in terms of making the weight. Let's make this official. The fighters are ready to hit the scales. Let's throw over to your MC, Mr. Thomas Triber.
Damas y caballeros, bienvenidos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official weigh-in for Riyadh Season Latino Night, a great night of World Championship Boxing to be held tomorrow at the venue in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We would first like to thank the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and His Excellency, Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, Turkey, Al Sheikh. It is being brought to you by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, with Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and Sella, in association with Boxer, Miguel Cotto Promotions, Cancun Boxing, and Lou DeBella's DeBella Entertainment, along with their great sponsors: Saudi Tourism Authority, Saudi National Bank, STC, Dr. Suleiman El Habib Medical Group, Saudia Airlines, Numuraba Development Company, Tawuniya, Hunger Station, Lucid Motors, and Al Tanfidi. A big thanks to those great sponsors. And some great news. Courtesy of His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh, this great event is available for free. You can watch it globally on DAZN, in the UK on Sky, in the United States on Telemundo and Fox Deportes, in Mexico on TV Azteca, across MENA on BN, NBC, and STC TV, and around the world, free on DAZN. Let's now get the weigh-in process started and welcome our first fighter competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round welterweight contest. He comes to us from Ciudad de Mexico, Mexico. His professional record, 5 wins with 6 defeats. Here is Juan Garcia. And now let's welcome from Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, undefeated with 6 wins, 1 win coming by way of knockout. Here is Ziad Zizo Almayu. And first to the scale, we welcome Juan Garcia. 141.8 for Juan Garcia. Now to the scale, Ziad Almayu. 143.2 for Ziad Zizo Almayu.
Ziad Almayu, unbeaten. Again, Sergio, we were at his last fight in LA. He knows the performance wasn't what he wanted, what he expected. I'm expecting a much better performance tomorrow.
And he looks much better. He looks really strong. I mean, the thing I like about Almayu is he knows he's green. He knows that he's rough around the edges, and that makes him just work harder. And you could tell by his body structure how muscular he is, making weight. I mean,
once again,
he's a work in
ladies and
progress, but
gentlemen,
he's a great work in progress.
Tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round welterweight contest.
His opponent, Juan Garcia Ramirez, has had 11 fights. He's won 5, he's lost 6. But I think the important thing there is had 11 fights. And he's got a lot more experience than Ziad Almayu. And I guess this is going to be the problem when they try and match him. You're going to have to try and find people that maybe don't have that experience. Because all these fights, I feel like, are going to be tough because, again, they come into the ring a lot more battle-tested.
Yeah, you want to test them against fighters, of course, that have some losses. But then the losses that they do have, you want to have, some kind of losses where they lost by knockout, where they're a little bit of chinny, where you gotta appropriately match them.
Yeah, all right, let's hear from both fighters. Ziad Almayu is with Chris Mannix.
Hola, Juan, mucho gusto. How do you feel about fighting someone from Saudi Arabia in their home country?
Hola Juan, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo te sientes a pelear contra alguien de aquí de Saudi Arabia, aquí mismo en su ciudad? ¿Qué significa para ti?
Es una gran oportunidad y venimos a ganar, ¿no? Venimos con toda la actitud, venimos bien preparados y me siento muy feliz por la oportunidad.
So we come here very well prepared. It's a great opportunity and we want to give everything in the ring. Looking forward to Saturday evening.
Boa suerte.
Thank you.
Well, Ziad, you're back here in Saudi Arabia. You began your year fighting here. You finish it at the end of 2024. You said you love moments like this. What do you want to show tomorrow night?
I want to show that I'm going to finish the year the same way I started it here, by getting a beautiful win. A beautiful win for the people of Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But more importantly, man, does it feel so nice climbing little by little, feeling yourself rising to the pressure. And when you get to the pinnacle of it and you get that win, no feeling gives you, nothing in the world gives you that feeling.
Good luck, Ziad.
Thank you. The law of assumption, it's already happened. I've already won.
We continue. Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round super lightweight contest. First, we will welcome from Uzbekistan, a 2016 Olympian, now with a professional record of 10 wins, 3 defeats, 9 of his 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former two-time world title challenger, Batir the Shark Akhmedov. And now let's welcome from Parral, Chihuahua, Mexico. His professional record consists of 27 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw, 22 of his 27 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former NABF champion, Oscar La Migraña Duarte. We will first welcome to the scale Batir Akhmedov. .141.8 for Batir the Shark Akhmedov. Now to the scale, Oscar Duarte. The same, 141.8 for Oscar La Migraña Duarte.
Both of them obviously slightly over the super lightweight division. Obviously, Akhmedov coming in on short notice, so I'm guessing they've agreed 142-pound catch weight. This fight I really love, Rosado. Oscar Duarte fights only one way, Akhmedov fights one way. It's a bit of a war, this one.
Yeah, this one's going to be a war, you know. Both of these guys are really familiar with each other. They sparred over 10 times. They know each other well. And when you got fights like that where guys know each other well, it's personal, it's going to be a war.
Yeah, and you look at Akhmedov's record, Sergio. I mean, he's lost 3 times, but you go and watch those 3 defeats. Whether it be the Barrios one, the Kenneth Simmons Jr. ones, these are very, very razor-thin defeats. This guy's solid.
Yeah, against undefeated fighters losing split decisions, there's no shame in doing that. He knows that he's a B-side. He knows he's fighting A-side fighters, the promoters with them, the judges are going to favor him a little bit more. So you have to beat these guys convincingly, and with the style that he has and the style that Oscar Duarte has, I don't think we're going to need the judges.
All right, let's hear from both fighters, starting with Akhmedov. He's on stage with Todd Grisham.
Real quick, welcome to Saudi Arabia. As you know, this is titled Latino Night. It's not Uzbekistan Night, but how do you plan on spoiling the party?
Насколько ты знаешь, это латинская вечеринка, не узбекская. Но как ты планируешь как бы ее испортить?
Всех приветствую. Да, это латино-вечер, мексиканская, но страна мусульманская. Тут очень много моих братьев-мусульман, которые приедут поддержать меня. Я надеюсь, что моя поддержка будет намного сильнее, чем его.
Yeah, you're right. This is a Latino night, but this is a Muslim country, and I believe that my Muslim brothers will support me, so I will try to put it as a Uzbek night.
Your losses have been very, very close decisions. How do you make the judges go for you in this fight? What do you have to do?
Что тебе нужно делать, чтобы у тебя не было повторений твоих предыдущих боев с очень близкими решениями?
Буду делать все на все 100%. Все мои предыдущие соперники, кому я проиграл, они все избегали боя, не шли в открытый бой со мной. Так и выживали, да, дотягивали до 12 раундов. Оскар, я знаю, что он не будет отступать, тоже будет стараться вести агрессивный стиль бокса. Поэтому я думаю, что у меня хорошие шансы выиграть.
You know, all my previous opponents who I lose to, they always avoiding the fight and running for me. That's how they survive. So, but I know Oscar won't be doing that because he has aggressive style like me. So I will do my best, you know, to be better in that competition.
Good luck to you. Look forward to it.
Well, Oscar, that's a guy over there that you're very familiar with, a former teammate, a former sparring partner. What kind of fight are you expecting?
So, Oscar, esto es un oponente que ya lo conoces muy bien, que fue parte de tu equipo, que tu entrenador lo entrenó. ¿Qué tipo de pelea tú esperas con él y cómo va a ser eso?
Es un buen peleador, ya compartimos gimnasio, compartimos sparring. Es un peleador aguerrido que viene para enfrente, golpea bien al cuerpo. Yo estoy listo para eso, hice una gran preparación y tengo confianza en que todo va a salir bien a mi favor.
He's a great fighter. He's very strong. We know very well each another, but I'm coming forward and looking forward to this fight. I will give everything in the ring, and let's see Saturday evening.
Your last time out, you stopped Jojo Diaz, who had never been stopped before. This guy's never been stopped either. Do you think you could knock him out?
La última vez que tuviste la pelea con Jojo Díaz, que la paraste, nunca había sido detenido antes. ¿Cómo lo ves con este chico? ¿Cómo crees que sea la pelea con él, que es un oponente fuerte?
Pues como va a ser una pelea de choque, yo pienso que lo voy a detener también. No, obviamente, pues no voy a buscar el knockout, pero pues como son los estilos, se presta para que haya knockout.
This fight will be a crash because our styles are very similar. So I'm not coming to knock him out, if not to work with him, and we'll see on Saturday evening.
Good luck, Oscar.
Thank you.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a unification bout. It is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it'll be for the vacant Ring Magazine Championship and both the WBA and WBO minimum weight championships of the world. Let's first welcome, coming to us from Surin, Thailand. He brings an undefeated record with 25 wins, 9 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending WBA minimum weight champion of the world, Tamanoon, knockout, CP Freshmart Nyomtrong. And now let's welcome, fighting out of Villalba, Puerto Rico, by way of Newark, New Jersey, USA. He had a stellar amateur career and now undefeated as a professional with 10 wins, 7 of those 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBO minimum weight champion of the world, Oscar El Pupilo Collazo. And we will welcome first to the scale, Tamanoon Nyomtrong. 104.8 for Tamanoon knockout CP Freshmart Nyomtrong. And now to the scale, we welcome Oscar Collazo. The same 104.8 for Oscar El Pupilo Collazo.
A breakout year for Oscar Collazo, the WBO champion, recognized by many as the #1 in the division. Sergio has welcomed challenges, and he welcomes a long-standing champion in knockout CP Freshmart.
I love it, man. I mean, champion versus champion. You know, two unbeaten fighters don't know how to lose. Slightly different style matchup here. Knockout CP Freshmart. Well, the knockout says it all, but he has a little bit more than just that. And I love the way that Collazo's been responding to adversity in his fights. I mean, he has a little bit of everything. Boxer, puncher, body puncher, resilience. I'm loving the growth and everything that he has.
In recent years, Gabe, the smaller weight guys have started to attract a lot of eyeballs, right? Everyone's been interested in them, whether it be Chocolatito, Estrada, Bam, Sonny Edwards. I mean, Collazo's taking that up and taking it to another level. That's what he wants to do.
Absolutely. Well, one thing is that the little guys are getting knockouts. Bam's a knockout artist, in a way, Chocolatito. And one thing about Collazo is he got dynamite in his gloves. He gets knockouts.
It's a great fight. Isn't it? Any extra pressure with the Ring Magazine belt being on the line, Sergio?
Of course. I mean, it's lineal. I mean, anytime you're dealing with that beautiful, colorful belt, you know that it's been around for a long time. The greatest names have held on to that belt. So everyone wants to be a part of that history.
All right, let's hear from both champions. Let's start with the WBA champion, Tamanoon Nyomtrong, with Todd Grisham.
I'm here with Tamanoon out of Thailand. What is your prediction for tomorrow's fight?
เราคาดหวังอย่างไรในการชกในวันพรุ่งนี้ที่จะมาถึงครับก็ผมจะทำหน้าที่ให้ดีสุดแล้วหวังว่าเกมในพรุ่งนี้จะสนุกแล้วก็ถูกใจแฟนมวยอย่างแน่นอนครับ He will do his best for the fight for tomorrow, and then he hope that everyone, the sport enthusiasts, will support him.
All right. Well, good luck to you, Chris.
Well, Oscar, you don't get your 5 fights this year. Now, it's a little disappointing for you, but you do get the chance to potentially become a unified champion in just your 11th pro fight. How are you feeling a day before this fight?
No, I'm feeling honored. You know, I didn't get the 5 fights, but I got the dream fight. Making history for my country, for my people, for my team, and I'm glad to be here. The minimum weight, putting on notice, Ring Magazine, WBA, WBO, a big fight, a heck of a fight. You know, we're gonna steal the show tomorrow night.
We know you've got a ton of talent, but that guy over there has a lot of experience, 25-0, been a world champion for about 8 years. What do you have to do to win a fight like this?
No, my respect to Mr. Tamanoon. You know, he's a great champion, but it's my time. You know, all I gotta do is be defensive, be the ring IQ gotta be 100% accurate, and win every round by round, be intelligent.
Did you get a piece of that $5 million for like 3 fights?
Let me get a bonus. And Puerto Rico, they give bonuses to Christmas. So let's see.
Good luck, Oscar.
Thank you, man.
All right, down the stairs.
All right, let's go, guys. Down the stairs.
Our next 2 fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the vacant WBC Interim Lightweight Championship of the World. Let's first welcome, coming to us from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. He brings a professional record consisting of 33 wins, 6 defeats, 1 draw, 8 wins. Coming by way of knockout, here is the former IBF Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Tevin, 2-time Farmer. And now let's welcome from San Mateo Atenco, Mexico, undefeated with 31 wins, 27 of those 31 wins coming by way of knockout. Number 1 ranked contender by all 4 major sanctioning bodies. Here is William Camarón Zepeda. First to the scale, we welcome Tevin Farmer. $135 for Tevin, 2-time Farmer. Now to the scale, William Zepeda. 134.2 for William Camarón Zepeda.
$134.2 for William Zepeda is pretty light. I want to quickly speak about Tevin, Gabe. A lot of people talk about risk-reward when it comes to boxing. Obviously, there's a lot of risk in this fight, but the reward, if he were to beat Zepeda, is massive tomorrow night.
No, absolutely. You know, at the level that, at the point of Tevin's career right now, this is the fight he needs. You know, it's Zepeda. And a win against Zepeda puts him right back on the mat.
That being said, though, I mean, Zepeda is not just a knockout artist. This is a guy that throws punches and bunches for every single round, Sergio. It's a tough ask for Tevin.
And the beauty about him, he hits you anywhere in the body is going to hurt. He loves breaking you down to the body, to the chest, to the shoulders, of course, the top of the head. There's nowhere to hide when it comes to Zepeda. He's just relentless with that aggression, and it's nonstop. 100 punches around, 1,000 if you make it to the distance. How can you escape that?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to escape, but this one, a great fight. Again, Tevin Farmer, former IBF super featherweight champion. You heard Thomas Tribe read out the accolades of William Zepeda, #1 ranked in all of the governing bodies. All right, let's hear from Tevin Farmer first. He's with Todd Grisham.
Here with the former champ, Tevin Farmer. You fought a lot of different opponents throughout your career, a lot of different styles. What's it going to take to beat William Zepeda?
Just be me, you know, go out there, get back to what I used to do, and just go out there and be me, you know. Like you said, I done faced a lot of opponents in my career. I done faced guys like him as well, so.
And what do you do about all that heavy output, over 1,000 punches a fight?
I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that, man. I done fought people. John O'Carroll, once again, threw 1,200 punches in the fight. You think I care about 100 punches around?
Guess not.
Hell no. I'm finna set some people up tomorrow night, and I'm finna prove all my supporters right that I am that guy.
Good luck to you, Tevin.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chris?
Well, William, Tevin just said that he's planning to shut a lot of people up tomorrow night. How are you feeling going into this fight?
Tevin, yo acabo de decir que él va a venir fuerte mañana. ¿Cómo te sientes para esta pelea? ¿Cómo te sientes para un oponente como él?
No, pues me siento muy bien, la verdad. Hicimos una gran preparación. Estamos conscientes de eso, de que viendo un Tevin Farmer con mucho entusiasmo de dar una gran pelea, dar una sorpresa. Pero nosotros vamos a salir a hacer nuestro trabajo. Para eso nos hemos preparado, para eso hemos trabajado fuerte durante años y vamos a demostrar el día de mañana eso.
So we know very well that we have in front of us a really strong opponent, but we have been working hard for this fight. And Saturday evening we will really good fight to Riyadh. We will give.
You are now likely one fight away, one win away from a world title shot. Does that present any extra pressure?
Estás a un paso del título mundial. ¿Cómo te ves esta pelea entonces? ¿Esto va a ser un problema para eso o no?
No, estamos muy concentrados en esta pelea. Le damos la seriedad, le damos su lugar a nuestro rival. Sabemos que es una pelea complicada, un rival experimentado, pero nos motiva el saber de que estamos enfrentando grandes rivales y pues llegar muy bien preparados, que se dé la oportunidad del título del mundo.
So we are ready for this fight. Well, we're prepared. We know that we have a very strong opponent in front of us, but we will see on Saturday evening.
Good luck, William.
Thank you.
Let's now welcome our co-main event participants. They will be competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round super lightweight contest. First, we will welcome, coming to us from El Monte, California, USA. He brings a professional record undefeated with 30 wins, 11 wins, coming by way of knockout. He is the current WBO Intercontinental Champion, Arnold Barbosa Jr. And now let's welcome from Avenal, California, USA, a 2012 Olympian, now with a professional record of 29 wins, just one defeat, 18 of those 29 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former unified super lightweight champion of the world, Jose Ramirez. First to the scale, we welcome Arnold Barbosa Jr. An even 140 pounds for Arnold Barbosa Jr. Now to the scale, we welcome Jose Ramirez. $139.6 for Jose Ramirez.
There you go, our co-main event on Saturday. Jose Ramirez, former unified champion at 140 pounds, takes on the unbeaten Arnold Barbosa Jr., who came out to a bit of two-pack. If you want me to get on side, just come out with two-pack and I'm on side. This is a great fight though, isn't it, Gabe? Two guys that want to be right there when it comes to world title mix, world title contention, especially for Ramirez, who's been there before.
Absolutely, it's going to be a great fight. I think, Barbosa's, he's going to try to box, but I think there's going to be a point in the fight where he's going to have to stand toe-to-toe and get the respect from Ramirez.
Ramirez, Sergio, looks massive. He looks like a 147 entering into a 154 guy. I mean, in terms of size difference, you can just see it from here. I mean, Ramirez, clearly the bigger guy of the two.
He's 5'10". I mean, he's the size of junior middleweight. He has wide shoulders, and you can see the size difference, not only in height, but look at the body frame as well. He looks like the bigger fighter, and he hasn't really rehydrated as much as he's going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow, he's going to be even bigger. You could expect Barbosa to be on his bike, boxing, sticking, and moving. This turns into a physical fight. It's all Ramirez.
I like that. The stare down was mean mugging, but they both kind of gave each other a nod of respect. Like, okay, let's make sure we do this one good tomorrow, and I think both of them will. All right, let's hear from both, starting with the unbeaten Arnold Barbosa Jr. He's with Todd Grisham.
Arnold, you've been waiting for this fight for years, and now it's so close you can taste it. How do you feel right now?
Excited. So that's all I can say. I'm excited. I've been waiting for this for a long time. It's a fight I've been excited about for a long time, and it's finally happening.
He seems like he's a little bit bigger than you, a little wider than you. Do you feel like if he forces you to fight instead of boxing, that's going to be an advantage for him?
Not really, because we can fight on the inside, and that's the plan. We're coming to give Saudi Arabia a show. That's what we're coming for. So let's do it.
Can't wait to see it. Good luck to you.
Appreciate it.
Well, Jose, it's like Arnold said, we're finally here. Finally get you two guys in the ring after a pretty long wait. How are you feeling going into this fight?
I'm feeling good. Blessed to be here. Thankful for the opportunity, and it's time to let my hands go tomorrow night, man. I'm looking forward to it.
You've had a chance to study him a lot over the years as stablemates. What do you have to do to beat him?
Just do what I do best, and go out there and let my hands go.
How much is your size, your experience, how much do you think that will be an advantage for you in this fight?
Size is never an advantage in boxing, but it's my experience, my power, my strength. I think that's going to definitely take me to victory.
Good luck, Jose.
Thank you.
Really, really good co-main event, that one. Again, the 140-pound division stacked with so much talent right now, but let's not forget Jose Ramirez was on top of that division back in 2021, had that undisputed fight with Josh Taylor, lost that, and it's been a case of trying to come back. And now he takes on Arnold Barboza Jr., who wants to get to that mountaintop unbeaten. Fantastic matchmaking, Sergio.
It really is. The entire card is fantastic matchmaking, but that one right there has a little bit more resentment on it because there's one guy that's been chasing what Ramirez has gotten, and he's finally here. This is it. Now, all that talk, all that training, now it's time to put out. It's time to put up or shut up. And the thing is, Ramirez is expecting this. He's been hearing them bark this entire time. Now he's like, okay, you wanted it? I'm going to show you why I'm here.
Barboza Jr., you're right. He's really got the bit between his teeth. He's somewhat annoyed. This is almost personal to him. He really wants this stage to prove how good he is, and he's almost got something, some annoyance towards Ramirez, where he's had that sort of, that fame, he's had that success. He wants it now, and he's going to bring absolutely everything tomorrow night.
Yeah, our main event's different, isn't it? Because our main event isn't personal. Both of those guys just want to become number one. They both want to become unified. They both want to go on eventually and become undisputed. They're going to hit the scales soon now. I'm expecting Chris Billam-Smith to look like a heavyweight on the scales.
Yeah, he will. He will. Look, I think easily at some point by tomorrow he'll be at least a stone heavier, 14 pounds heavier. I think he'll be 214 pounds. Easy. I wouldn't like to see Ramirez that heavy. He's going to have to remain nimble, and you remain being nimble by staying light. 7, 8, 9 pounds maximum. It'd be interesting. I'd like to know their weights tomorrow.
Yeah, what be interesting though, it's always down to skills, right? Skills pay the bills. All right, our main event boys are ready to weigh in. Let's throw it down to your MC for this one, Mr. Michael Buffer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. As you all know, tomorrow night at the venue, the all-new Sports Palace here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. A great night of world-class professional boxing for your entertainment. And the main event, champion versus champion, for the unified WBA, WBO Cruiserweight Championship of the World. And it's all brought to you by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority with Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and Sella in association with Ben Shalom for Boxer. Sponsored by the Saudi Tourism Authority, Saudi National Bank, STC, Dr. Sulaiman Al Habib Medical Group, Saudi Airlines, New Murabba Development Company, Tawunia, Hunger Station, Lucid Motors, and Al Fatida. Well, ladies and gentlemen, special thanks to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and the chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the official weigh-in and announcement of those official weights here. And once again, it's champion versus champion. The road to undisputed starts tomorrow night as 2 of the title belts will be on the line. 12 rounds of boxing for the unified WBA, WBO Cruiserweight Championship of the World. Let's bring the fighters to the stage and to the scales. First, with a special record of 46 victories, 30 big wins by knockout, only 1 defeat. Damas y caballeros de Mazatlan, Sinaloa, Mexico. He's the former super middleweight world champion and now the current reigning and defending WBA Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez.
Hoy el destino me trajo hasta esta tierra. El Pacífico es algo sin igual.
And now let's bring his opponent to the stage. Then they'll both get on the scales. His professional record, an excellent one. 20 victories, 13 big wins by knockout, only 1 defeat. He's the former Commonwealth cruiserweight champion, former European cruiserweight champion. From Bournemouth, United Kingdom, the reigning, defending WBO cruiserweight champion of the world, known as the Gentleman, Chris Billam-Smith. First on to the scales, ladies and gentlemen, will be the WBA champion. Once again, 46 victories, 30 wins by knockout only, 1 defeat, from Mazatlan, Sinaloa, Mexico. He is the reigning and defending WBA champion, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez. 199.6 pounds for Ramirez. Next on to the scales, champion versus champion. His record stands at 20 victories, 13 wins by knockout, 1 defeat, representing the United Kingdom. 199.4 pounds for the WBO world champion. Next up, the final face-off before they get into the ring tomorrow night, approximately 24 hours from now. Champion versus champion. The road to undisputed starts right here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. 2 belts will be on the line.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's official. Both guys make weight. Unification fight tomorrow, WBA and WBO belts on the line. But even bigger than that, I think this is the right to stay on track to fight Jaya Pataya and call yourself the #1 cruiserweight in the world, Darren.
This is huge. You know, it doesn't get much bigger than this. The opportunity to become a unified champion in your division. 2 of the marbles. The winner goes on to face Jaya Pataya. This is massive. Who can get their style, their game plan into this fight early?
Friendlies have now gone out the window. It's been smiles between these two all week. Now you look at the faces, it's now go time, isn't it, Sergio? Both of them have switched.
That's always the case. I mean, this is the last time you're going to see your opponent until you go inside the ring. You see how he made weight, you size him up, and look at the size difference.
Yeah.
Billam-Smith is the bigger, stronger man, and they're still gonna rehydrate. That's the thing when you're like going up in weight. You're not gonna be as muscular. You're not gonna be as fit. So he's gonna have to fight off a monster in Billam-Smith tomorrow night, and he's only gonna get bigger from here.
You're leaning towards CBS. I'm telling you, he's won you over this week.
The closer the fight gets, the size, man. I mean, size matters. It really does. I say it all the time. If Billam-Smith lands a big punch and Zurdo doesn't respond well in the early rounds, absolutely.
All right, let's hear from the WBO champion from Bournemouth, England, Chris Billam-Smith. He's with Todd Grisham.
All right, I'm here with Chris. You've been in big fights before, but nothing quite like this. You've never fought outside the United Kingdom. How has the pomp, the circumstance, the build-up been for you this week?
Yes, I mean, it's an honor to be part of Riyadh season, so thank you to Turki Al-Sheikh for this opportunity. Look at this stage. We've had it all week, and tomorrow night we get to unify the cruiserweight division.
Everyone talks about that you're the natural cruiserweight. You're the naturally bigger guy. How do you use that to your advantage? What's the one thing you have to do to capitalize on your size?
Be me. Be me, and just nobody in this division can live with my intensity.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Well, Gilberto, you waited a long time to become a world champion. Now, in just your 3rd fight at cruiserweight, you have a chance to become the unified champion. How are you feeling going into this fight?
Well, I feel great. I feel ready. Thank you, everyone, to be here. Thank you, Golden Boy. Thank you, Turki Al-Sheikh, to this big opportunity. I mean, we're ready. Everything is set up already. I mean, time to enjoy the Saturday night.
You were a top fighter at 168 and at 175, but you looked excellent in your last fight against Arsan Gulamarian. What's different about you at cruiserweight?
Oh, confidence, preparation, and that's all.
You've been the bigger guy for most of your career at 68 and 75. You're not going to be the bigger guy on Saturday night. It's a big guy you're going to be going up against. What's the key to beating him?
That's good. That's good. I mean, but the key is like put all the plan. We did it on the gym and on the training camp. That's all.
Good luck, Gilberto.
Thank you.
It's a great main event, isn't it? It's a good one. Champion versus champion. That man there, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez, the WBA champion. Chris Billam-Smith, the WBO champion. It all goes down tomorrow night. Talking is now over. Remember, it is live and free on DAZN, and this is why you should watch it.
It's another unbeatable fight week on DAZN.
Hello, people.
For Riyadh season Latino night. Watch for free on November 16th as world champions Ramirez and Billam-Smith collide. Part of DAZN's stacked schedule of over 150 fights a year. Get closer to the action with a first-class broadcast team on any device, anywhere. All of this with no subscription required. You can't beat fight nights every week. You can't beat Riyadh season Latino night on DAZN. Sign up for free at DAZN.com/boxing.
Yeah, very, very easy to sign up as well. Okay, my agents had a word. Look at me, center right there. 2 broadcast teams for you tomorrow. Claudio Trejos will host and head the Spanish-speaking team. Myself will do the English-speaking team. You only look at the lineup as well. I mean, any lineup that includes Marco Antonio Barrera is a winning lineup for me. Great lineup. Can't wait for it. Tomorrow should be a fantastic night of boxing. Let me remind you of the fight card and what you can expect tomorrow night. Again, just to remind you, it is free live on DAZN. We kick things off in the welterweight division. Ziad Almayuf takes on Juan Garcia. Then it's the super lightweight division. Oscar Duarte takes on Batia Akhmedov. Great fight, that one. Oscar Cayazo takes a knockout CP Freshmart. Remember, it is a unification fight in the minimum weight division. WBA, WBO, and Ring Magazine titles on the line. William Zepeda, 31 fights, 31 wins, 27 knockouts, ranked by all the governing bodies as #1. Takes on former IBF super featherweight champion Tevin Farmer. Jose Ramirez, former unified champion in the super lightweight division, takes on the unbeaten Arnold Barboza Jr. Then it's the battle of the big boys. Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez takes on Chris Billam-Smith. Unification fight. I think the right to fight Jai Opataya. 2 smiling promoters with me now as well. Ben Shalom, boxer, Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy. Great to have you boys here. Unification fights. Oh, go on, Oscar, what was you going to say? You were about to say...
Mariachi in Riyadh?
Yeah?
Oh, my God.
Great,
it's
special.
It's special. Can you pinch me? Is this a dream? I love it.
It feels fantastic. How easy was it to make this unification fight? I'll start with you, Oscar. I always feel like big fights are difficult to come by now. How easy was it to make?
Easy. You know, when you have a promoter that wants to work with another promoter, you make fights easy and you make fighters happy. So this fight here was easy to make. Thank God he worked with Eric Gomez, right? Made it all happen. You know, I'm obviously the one that's, you know, pulling the strings here, but it was a pleasure. It was great.
We
have an incredible unification fight that people are not gonna want to miss, because this is a very crucial, important factor here. Usyk wants to come down to cruiserweight. Imagine that. So the winner has a big prize in front of him.
So many options for the winner, Ben. So many options. That's why it's such a big fight.
It is massive. You know why it's easy to make, though, as well? Both fighters were desperate for this fight. Both of them wanted each other. They're both so confident. I've just seen them both on the scales. I'm very confident from what I just saw, by the way. He's put on nearly 20 pounds already. He looks monstrous. But there's been a pleasure to deal with. I think Eric and the whole team, it's impressive setup at Golden Boy. Absolutely seamless. We both wanted to make the fight. Obviously, when Turki Al-Sheikh gets involved, it makes things very, very easy, and it's a huge fight. It's great to be here. It's amazing for the division, and as you say, whether it's Alexander Usyk next or Jai Opataya, let's see.
Exactly.
One thing that has happened, Ben, I think this week is, I think Boxer, yourself, Chris came into this event with maybe not many people picking Chris. I think we've started to see a bit of a shift now because of the weigh-in and because of Chris has himself handled himself this week.
I've not, look, you're seeing what's being said. I'm not seeing that. All I saw at the start of the week was Malik Scott's comments, and I couldn't believe it. But what I saw when Chris heard them on Tuesday, it wasn't a smile. It was okay then. Okay then. And the rest of the week, he's been so locked in, so focused. He's getting more confident by the day. And as you said, seeing the way in there, he's absolutely enormous.
He is, but Zurdo, Oscar's so good. The only defeat to Dimitri Bivol, and Dimitri Bivol we know is a very special, talented fighter. Zurdo is a talented fighter, isn't he?
He's very talented. He's got experience. But it's a pick-em fight. I really do think it's a pick-em fight. And, you know, people say, well, the guy who wants it the most, the guy who's trained harder, you know, the guy who's, built his weight overnight to be the heaviest and the strongest. No, what it's going to be, it's going to come down to a little experience, youth, you know, being kind of around the block, having to those wars behind you. All that matters. So tomorrow night, you know, we can throw out, well, this guy's heavier, this guy's fresher, this guy's a world. No, it's going to come down to, yes, who has that experience to really want those championship rounds. Those last 3 rounds, you know, those last 3 rounds are going to be crucial.
Look, as I say, the reason we're very confident, but we're not underestimating. This is a 50-50 fight. Zurdo Ramirez is an incredible name. I think
as a unification should be. Unification should be 50-50 fights, right? Chris Billam-Smith has fought on big occasions before, Selhurst Park, Bournemouth. Never fought abroad, though, before. This is a big one for him. This is big experience.
It is massive experience. I think, look, Chris, in his hometown, he fights in football stadiums. He fights in front of 15,000, 20,000 people. The pressure's on. But I think nothing can prepare you for a unification. I think this is a whole nother level. This is boxing at the very best. I was saying to him earlier, you know, you become a British boxing hero, but you win on Saturday night, you become really one of the greatest fighters in the world. You have to put him up there. And this is it's a massive test. It's a lot of pressure. But because he's done it that many times now, because he's been on the big stage for so long, like this guy is a very, very established world champion going into a big fight, but he's taken everything in his stride. And Zurdo Ramirez, I'm sure they're saying, look, we're going to get a great fight.
It's going to be an amazing fight.
Yeah, Oscar, one thing that Riyadh season has opened up is promoters working alongside each other. You guys just said how easy it was to make unification fights. Let this continue, please. I'm saying this as a boxing fan. Let this continue.
I want to bring Oscar to the UK.
You don't have to tell me twice. I've worked with Bob Arum, with Don King, with Al Heyman. I've done fights with everybody. I want to see the best because I was a fighter myself. And I'm a huge fan of the boxing game. So the fact that we're working with every single promoter out there, I just love the game and I want to see the best against the best. And Billam-Smith and Zurdo Ramirez, unification, it's going to be a war.
Okay, your team, Zurdo, obviously. Tell Zurdo fans, Oscar, you're used to going down the barrel. Tell them exactly why Zurdo wins, you think.
He wins. Arriba Mexico, vamos! He wins because I've never seen a cruiserweight move like a lightweight in the ring. He's bottom heavy, but somehow he knows how to move his feet side to side. That's going to be crucial in the fight.
And Ben, your turn, Ben. Why does Chris Billam-Smith, the underdog, do it again?
Is he the underdog?
Well, he's been the underdog for a couple of big fights. Betting odds, he's the underdog.
He's betting odds. Look, Chris Billam-Smith, you bet against him every single fight. He always comes through. This will be absolutely no different. He has the experience. He has the corner. We've been preparing for this fight 6 or 7 months now. He's going to make it horrible in there for Zurdo Ramirez. He's going to get close to him. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to take it right to Zurdo. Zurdo's going to come out fighting. It's going to be a 50-50 fight. It's going to be a war. Chris Billam-Smith's going to take him out in the late rounds.
He's done this before. He's done that before, isn't it? Should be a great night of boxing. Remember, it is all free live on DAZN as well. Just go to DAZN.com/boxing and enjoy what is a very, very special night. The mariachi band has entertained us throughout the week, and they're going to entertain us as we go off there as well. But make sure you join us tomorrow. Oscar, you going to sing with them?
I'm going to go sing.
You're going to go sing? Oscar's going to go and sing
debut,
as well.
I'm coming out of retirement.
We'll see you tomorrow.